Hey tubers, welcome back for another adventure, and I want to get the Kingquad ready to ride. So I gotta figure out the gas tank thing, and I don't think that's too big a deal. I can just put something up here with a downhill hose for a quick ride. But I'd also like to do something with this carburetor and air cleaner and so forth. Some of you have been in touch with me to say, you know, you should try to run the original air cleaner box. And normally what I do with these is I just smash one of those aftermarket China conical ones on here. They're cheap enough, you know, $6-8 each, and that's normally what I do. But just for a laugh, you know, you try to do something different to keep things interesting. And to that end, take note of the adapter I put on here to get the Keihin Clone, right? I mean, it's just straight. Well, I decided to try something a little different, and I made the adapter with a little twist to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to smash this thing in there. Right now I'm just putting a gasket on it. Normally what I've found is I kind of form a gasket, a piece of cardboard to one side of this, and then oil the other side and put it on there, and I get a really good vacuum seal. But I think with this it'll straighten the carb out a little bit, and I want to see what it looks like going into the air box. Temporarily, I might put a conical on this thing just to kind of get the whole thing ready for a ride. But then I'm going to decide. I might just attempt once again to keep the OEM air box on there, just to kind of change things up a little bit. Wish me luck. So this is what it looks like now that the new carb adapter is in there, the air cleaner, the whole bit. Many of you like the OEM stuff. I have to tell you, I like how clean that just made everything. Maybe it's not the best air cleaner in the world, but I think it really just cleaned up underneath here. Left a lot more space for air to get through for cooling and everything else. So that's one thing. The next thing I have to do is the air, or the battery. We know the battery in this thing is stone cold dead. So I've been asked also to show more of my work. Battery change isn't exactly exciting, but I guess the more one uses a tripod, the better one gets at it. So we know the battery's in the front above the headlights, and there it is. Make sure you guys can see, right? Maybe a little adjustment to this. There we are. I knew it was one of these. There we go. And let's zoom it in just a touch. So what we're going to do is take off those two battery terminals. Every place else, they're 10mm. Let's see what they are here. Now, I used the Ryobi, you know, 1/4-inch impact driver, and one might say, well, you could break things. Yeah, but this battery, once again, is stone cold dead, so I'm not too worried about hurting anything. I have another battery to put in here. The problem is it's short, but I'm going to go with it anyway, and I have to go fetch it. As one could see, I think every rodent this side of the Mississippi took a quick turn through here. So we have the old air gun out. For those of us who believe inhaling rodent droppings is not a good health choice, you may want to hold your breath at the moment. Okay, tubers, looks like it's ready for a ride. So I took the air hose and I got rid of as much debris as I could, everywhere I could. Kind of gave it an air wash. Rigged up the tank. Obviously the battery is in. I have some spacers in there to make everything kind of work a little better. Obviously I got my little fuel tank on here. The way that gas line goes makes it so the seat doesn't sit properly, so we're going to go without it. And what's that hose underneath? Hopefully it's nothing important. We checked the oil. That's all good. I might have to mess with the choke. Probably will have to mess with the choke. So, yeah, choke is on all the way. Key, throttle. Try this again. 30 seconds to warm up. Gotta love it when they idle like that. Now, according to one of my viewers, to go into reverse, all I have to do is pull this back. Gotta love that. I'm going to go into first. There you go. Now I'm in first low, so it's going to be a little slow. So I'm in mid-range low. Second gear. Put the chair there. Calvin's corner. Of the odometer reading. I'm hoping that obviously the speedo is shot, but I'm hoping they clock some time on the odometer, clock some miles on the odometer. This is a nice quad. I'm not going to say it's as good as a Honda. But you know what? It's a really nice quad. I like it. I'm not giving it to your son. maybe that high-low thing doesn't let it do stuff like that. Push down.
Second. I got first and second. I got no third. That's strange.
The engine runs good.
Where's my third gear?
First, second, third. Yes, maybe it's just me.
Let's try super low.
Well, let's not.
Good news, I think the odometer is working. I like it. You guys can see the grass really needs to be cut.
It only does first and second and super low. One of you guys who owns one of these things, you can tell me.
Okay, high, first, second.
Third. Alright. Maybe it's the maybe it's a high-low transmission thing. A lot of these four-wheel drives take a full ocean to turn. That gear noise is a little bit more like my my Foreman 350. So, I like it. Be easier to shift probably if, yes, probably, yeah, she's out of gas already. It's a little mean on gas. I guess the odometer is not working. I ordered a new one, But those of you who work on odometers, you realize there are several pieces to them. You have the gear that exists in the transmission or the front wheel or whatever you're doing. In this case, I believe it's the transmission. Then you have the cable. By the way, the gear in the transmission, then the gear on the end of the cable, then you got the cable, and then this thing has a right-hand drive that goes into here, and then you actually have the speedometer. So as you're trying to fix this, it's very easy to say, oh, all I need is the speedometer. I mean, in my case, the bezel is all cracked up. So I ordered this whole piece. It was about 80 bucks, give or take a foot and a half. So when I put that on there, it'll do a lot for it cosmetically. But given that it's all smashed up like it is, I wouldn't be surprised if there aren't another few issues. It's always interesting looking into an all-terrain vehicle that actually has a speedometer, you know, came with the speedometer. Because when you buy them used, a used speedometer, you could get all kinds of different miles on it. It seems that typically a lot of the speedometers they're selling have 32, 3600. There's one for sale with 6600 miles on it. So these things do go a ways. I mean, perhaps it's got more than 1300 miles on it, but let's give it 1600. That means this thing is only midlife, right? Not too bad. About making it to 6600, my experience with a lot of these things is typically they need some real love and attention to get there, like maybe it got a new timing chain somewhere along the lines. Anyhow, so I hope you guys enjoyed the first ride. There's plenty of work left to do on this thing. It really needs to be cleaned up. I know the back brake is, or the hydraulic brakes, they probably go to the front. I know they're no good. If I'm going to keep this carb on it, I should really set it up so that the cable choke works. That way the seat doesn't need to come in and out. You know, just a bunch of trivia like that needs attention. Federal Express is here, so I got to run. Hopefully you guys sent me cool packages. Anyway, I want to thank you all for dropping by to watch and comment and subscribe. You have a great day, and we'll catch up with you on the next one. Bye.